Thank you. Look at that. I love it. Turning talk into action here in the SDG Action Zone. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the SDG Action Zone. While other parts of the UN are about debates and deliberation, in this zone we are here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate actions. Somebody over here got it. Big hand. We're here to celebrate actions, and each day this week we are taking a moment to highlight actions taking place all around the world as a part of the Global Week to Act for SDGs, which incidentally is a hashtag that you should be using every time you post, which you should. Each September, to mark the anniversary of the historic adoption of the goals, individuals and organizations across the world come together in a global mobilization to drive action for the goals and to send a loud and clear message to the leaders as they gather for the GA that people everywhere stand behind the SDGs. Millions of people are taking action this year in more than 150 countries. And we are here today to highlight a few of their actions. But we're going to start with a short video to kick us off and show the diversity of actions taking place around the world. Can we roll the tape?
I toured almost all the schools in my city.
Say hello to Italian strikers.
A sensitization campaign on sustainable development goals.
Your country on board?
We are here to beat plastic pollution.
Awesome. Are you in the mood to act for SDGs? SDGs? Okay, are you in the mood to act for SDGs? All across the Asia-Pacific region, more than 50 My World Youth Advocates have been appointed for the next 6 months to reach out about the SDGs. This week, they're doing advocacy through social media and live events. Here to tell us about the program and their actions for the week is a special young lady, one of the advocates herself. All the way from Nepal, please welcome Kanchan Amatia. Kanchan. This is not the action I expect from you, SDG Action Zone. Let's have a huge round of applause for Kanchan.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the UN SDG Action Campaign and the UNDP Bangkok Regional Hub for inviting me to participate here and talk on behalf of My World 2030 Asia Pacific Advocates Program. I'm Kanchan, I'm a social entrepreneur, I'm an activist, as well as one of the Asia Pacific Phil advocates. So this initiative, it brings along 200 of us from nooks and corners of 23 Asia Pacific countries, including my own country, Nepal, and also India, Bangladesh, China, the Philippines, Indonesia, and so on, for extremely different backgrounds, working on a whole range of SDGs, speaking a multitude of different local languages, while we together work to raise awareness on sustainable development as well as to accelerate the SDG action in Asia-Pacific region. But it is really sad to say this, but according to the recent progress report, at the current rate of progress, our region will most likely not achieve any goals by 2030. More than 60% of the world's hungry and undernourished lives in our region, and it is still home to 2/3 of the world's poor. That is why we, advocates, are coming together to bringing this conversation in the grassroots level, the level where SDGs truly matter the most and where the real transformative change can happen for the communities and with the communities that we live in. As a youth advocate, we are rallying for change in our communities. I'd like to tell you about the countless successful campaigns led by my fellow advocates. For example, Say No to Plastic in Malaysia, Always Clean campaign on clean water and sanitation with communities in Cambodia, an online learning platform and job matching platform created by, called WeSpace, created by an advocate in Thailand, SDG Action Fest Indonesia, organized in partnerships by our advocates in Indonesia. But most importantly, our advocates have also been extremely successful in reaching marginalized and vulnerable communities through advocacy programs in remote areas of Myanmar, islands of Philippines, to Rohingya refugee camps. And specifically, during this 2019 SDG Action Week, for example, hundreds of volunteers joined International Coastal Cleanup by the Bay in Manila, Philippines, organized by one of the advocates. In my own country, Nepal, SDG advocates are helping launch the National Monitoring Report on SDGs from civil society perspectives and human rights perspective report on SDG 16 during the National SDG Summit 2019 that took place recently in Nepal. So now, throughout the history, social movements, small groups, loosely connected but united by a shared purpose, have created transformational change around the world, and we are that group in Asia-Pacific region trying to make change. Lastly, I'd like to conclude by saying that if there's one thing you would want to remember from this remark that I'm giving, it should be that you have to realize, and we all need to realize, that young people all around the world are right now being the leaders, being the partners, and being the implementers of SDGs. And we need to be all together in this and make sure that young people are included in all kinds of stages of implementation of SDGs, from initiating, monitoring, to evaluation. Thank you so much once again.
Please, Mike, please. Thank you so much. For the past 20 years, on the 21st of September, people around the world have been commemorating Peace Day in many ways, from schools posters contests to ceasefires in major conflict zones. And what a range that is. This past Saturday, the founders of this movement celebrated the 20 years of Peace Day at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London. The UN SDG Action Campaign joined forces with Peace One Day at the event to capture commitments for the SDG Butterfly Effect for SDG 16 for peace from the celebrities performing on the night. And this is kind of a premiere, right? Because it played at the GA yesterday and we haven't seen it yet. Let's roll the tape. For that. I haven't cried yet today, but no time like the present. Stick around after this session because Peace Boat founder Jeremy Gilley will present the exciting story of this global movement that he started. As part of the Global Week to Act for SDGs, schools right across the world are taking part in all kinds of activities, starting SDG clubs for students, organizing local cleanups, or planting trees. But one school in India really stands out. The Kamla Nehru Public School in India has been celebrating the anniversary of the goals by dedicating the entire month of September to engaging their pupils, teachers, and the community in activities for the SDGs. They are holding neighborhood cleanups, decorating and erecting a peace monument, planting 1,000 saplings to restore nature to public areas, and using recycled materials to create a peace dove. And they have been posting and updating constantly, so can we give them a big cheer and say hello to them on the live stream? The Kamala Nehru Public School. Next, we go to Manzanillo, Mexico, where the Peace Boat, a Japan-based NGO, celebrated a festival for peace and sustainability on September 22nd in partnership with the local government. Here to tell us more, please welcome Peace Boat founder Yoshioka Tatsuya. And a video to introduce him.
We are Peace Boat, a Japan-based NGO in partnership with the SDG Action Campaign. We're sailing around the world on educational voyages for peace and sustainability with the SDGs logo on the hull of the ship. To celebrate the Global Week of Action, we're in Manzanillo, Mexico, to act for SDGs, together with our local partners, My World Mexico, Manzanillo City Hall, and Colima 2030. People are here of all ages, from Mexico, Japan, China, Taiwan, and Singapore. They're taking pictures, filling out the My World surveys, and learning more about the 2030 agenda. There are musical and dance performances from Mexico and Japan to celebrate the SDGs. It's a festival for peace and sustainability, and we're here to act for SDGs.
Awesome, and with that, Peace Boat founder Yoshioka Tatsuya.
Hi, my name is Yoshioka, and I founded this Peace Boat organization in 1983. That is 6 ago, and that's why I'm already 40 years old. Sorry. But anyway, we are organizing that 3 times world voyage by the 1,200 people's capacity ship. Ship is a very, very, very interesting vehicle to gather the people and making the network and also promote the energy to make a change in this world. I think that is, of course, that sometimes we have to discuss inside of the hotel, or a lot of the delegation of the countries discuss a long time in a Hilton Hotel or Sheraton Hotel. I really don't understand that. Why they don't come to the ship? Ship is moving and we are visiting actually what's going on in the world. SDGs is not abstract things. There's all over the world. In many cities or many towns and villages, a lot of things is happening. Terrible things, some challenge, positive things, negative things. So I think that the people have to feel about that. So a Peace Boat dream is to really bring all the nation of the, the president of the states to bring to the world and really what people need. And we would like to promote that the people's power together. And now our dream is to build this eco ship. Hello. Hello. This is eco ship. Thank you. This ship is a 70,000-ton ship. In 3 years we will build, but this ship is a reduce 40% of the CO2. 40%. It's a huge number in a maritime society. You can imagine that. That's now the ocean is a really, really now contaminated and in danger. We have to really start to take action. Okay, so I really hope that we can sail together in this future eco ship. Thank you.
I hope to sail with you too.
Yes, welcome.
Because the SDGs are not abstract things. That's absolutely right. The ambitions of the 2030 Agenda will require all sectors to play a role, and we've heard that all week. We have seen stories of how civil society, schools, youth, and others are taking action. So now I'm pleased to share with you an example from Northbrook, Illinois, right here in the US of A, of how a private sector company is rallying its employees in a global effort for the SDGs, kicking off this week. See it.
This year, our UL colleagues will volunteer their time to clean 125 streams around the world. One stream dedicated to honor every year we have worked to make our world safer, more secure, and sustainable, delivering clean, trusted, and accessible water for all.
We partnered with Act for SDGs to raise awareness of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. Cleaning 125 streams around the world positively impacts the environment, the communities where we work and live, and supports the goals for a sustainable future.
We're taking action to make the SDGs happen by creating volunteer opportunities for our global employees and leaders to make a positive impact on the environment. We're sharing this initiative to clean 125 streams for UL's 125 years, to inspire others to join the global movement to act for SDGs.
Fantastic. You can always clap for that here in the SDG Action Zone. That's all we have time for today. Please keep posting and following the hashtag #ActForSDGs for more inspiration, and there is still time to register to join the week. Just go to actforsdg.org, and tomorrow we'll have our final recap of the Global Week, so we can't wait to see you for that.